What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport, and welcome to a video. We're gonna talk about, is it worth buying a 20+ year old 200,000 mile inexpensive SUV or truck in today's market? Should you go out and do that? Is it worth spending the money, or are you gonna get yourself into a bunch of issues? So what I went and picked up is this 2000 Ford Expedition for our family and dogs, and I kind of decided on it because we were very limited on what we could purchase as far as what I was able to spend due to a lot of things going on currently, as you guys know, and we didn't want to put ourselves out there with more credit. So originally our goal was to opt for a 2015 or newer, lower mileage, full-size SUV, 7-passenger. If you guys don't know, maybe this is the first time you've been on this channel, but I have a family that's quite large, and we have 4 dogs. So we have 3 kids and 4 dogs, and we just cannot take a vacation without a vehicle at least this size. In fact, we prefer an extended version, but this will actually do. We've tested it out. Recently, we took a small trip and we rented a 2020 Yukon XLT, and it was the extended. Gorgeous vehicle. Had every amenity that you could imagine in an SUV of the current times, and it drove beautifully, had lots of power. But does it really have that much more stuff than you need than just opting for one of these? So these are readily available out there, guys. A lot of you probably have looked at them or know somebody in the market for a car under $2,000. This one being $1,300 at a dealership. It was a trade-in. Don't know the history, didn't do a Carfax, didn't want to spend all that, but I took the car on a test drive, but pushed it to its limits, tested out a lot of things, and also fully examined the vehicle before making this purchase. Because even though it's only $1,300, right now these dealerships want to sell things, they want to move things off the lot, and you want to make sure you're buying something and not wasting your money, you're buying something worth it to you. So I did a lot of research. I even went and looked at a bunch of different vehicles, and this one, although missing a lot of the upgrades, and we're going to get into that, look like the best deal as far as something that is going to last, be good for our family, and we're not going to have to worry too much about dings and dents and banging around, because with dogs, kids, and that type of stuff, it's going to happen. So that is why I think these are great vehicles for those that want to have an extra vehicle for maybe taking even just local trips with the dogs to the park, the kids, all that type of stuff. Why beat up a brand new car that has leather interior when you know your dogs are just going to go shedding in there? They're going to possibly tear things. If, let's say, you're using it just to go pick up and haul stuff like I'm going to be doing with this, taking your Home Depot or Lowe's trips and picking up wood and stuff. I've banged up the interior of my car so badly over the years. Very upset when I did it with my old Navigator, because the leather was so nice in that car. You slide some wood in, you hit something, and it just doesn't feel good. So let's go ahead and step inside. I'm going to talk about what this car has. So as you guys can see, this is a 2000 Ford Expedition, and it has very minimal features. So you've got, standard door panels, maybe a vinyl wrap here, but mostly plastic, standard Ford buttons. You do have, power windows, obviously, and power locks, and these are very simplistic things that are very easy to fix if they break. Stepping over to the seats, you do have cloth. Not a big fan of that, but it's something that I was able to compromise the leather due to the fact that this was, in my opinion, a better condition, better running car than some of the other ones with less mileage. And so it does have some of the comfort features on the seats, at least on the driver's side. Not on the passenger side, they are manual, but it does have it on the driver's side. This particular car has 204,000 miles. And you're gonna have basic gauges, but they are gonna tell you some of the major things you need to know: oil pressure, obviously gas, miles an hour, your RPMs, temperature of the engine, and then you've got one for the battery. So those are very important features in my opinion. And we move over here. So very basic radio, but a lot of times, you could find these vehicles out here because this is a very inexpensive, very common thing that people upgrade, and you'll find them with touchscreens and all that type of stuff. Not a big deal to me. I'm completely fine with this. It does sound pretty good in my opinion. AC buttons, very standard, just your turn knobs, which I like because they're not going to break. You know, we love all this digital stuff, but those things break, and that's why this car is still out here on the road. Some of the things I look for specifically in Florida, son here loves to crack the dashboards, interior pieces, all that type of stuff. Everything seems to be in pretty decent shape, you know, minus a couple little things here, but a lot of these little plastic things work. You know, you've got cup holders. This is great. A lot of the vehicles out there did not come with cup holders, but there's definitely quite a few in the front and quite a few in the back. Obviously a glove box here, nice and big, and once again, no cracks on the dash over here, and your standard just door panels over here. We look up here, we do have rear AC, which is very nice. You can control that. We'll step in the back with little features in the back too. This little thing here gives you a few different readouts. This one is not working currently, or it's at least not giving correct readouts, because when I turned it on, it said negative 40 degrees, and it's like 140 degrees here in Florida. But it also gives you direction, stuff like that. So it's going to give you like a computerized information type thing. Let me know in the comments what you guys know about this. I'm not sure exactly what goes on there because mine's not working, but I noticed that it did say negative 40 degrees, and then I hit the button again and it went to a blank screen. So let's jump in the back now. Okay, so our back is very basic again. You know, I have a couple little things here and there. Now, keep in mind, $1,300 for this car, so it's in very good shape considering the price, in my opinion. You obviously have your power windows here, no lock buttons, obviously for safety reasons for the back. You come in here and you've got a nice big cup holder that comes down, and you have radio features here. And we go up top and we have our AC controls and AC events that we can open up even in the third row back here. So very, very nice. I mean, this is a 2000, so it's right before that huge age where everything was all about computers and these crazy features. And so this one, still being a basic vehicle, really doesn't have a whole lot, but it's nice to know it has some of the comfort features like this AC unit in the rear. So let's go ahead and look at the seats back here and what they do. I'll step to the other side because I want to show you the fold down feature. So when we come over here, this one has the full row here, which I needed due to the fact that I'm going to be hauling 4 dogs and 3 kids a lot of the times. So what's nice is you have a lever here to where it's going to fold down like this, so flat, because this back section here in these years kind of came up to a higher point. Not sure why they did that, but I know later models you would be able to fold down this back seat and have one flat surface, but this is fully removable, and I am most likely going to remove this and store this seat just because we really don't need that extra row currently. 3 kids, 3 seats, they're going to be fine, and we'll be hauling the dogs a lot of the time. But you'll see here the other side does the same exact thing, will fold forward, but this would be your entry to that third row, or of course you can use the lift gate, which we'll take a look at in a second. So let's go ahead and jump back there so we can see the size of the back area. Okay, so we step to the back here and you'll see this one was installed with a really nice hitch. A lot of people do that, but standard, you could even have a ball screwed into your standard bumper. Not really going to be used for heavy duty towing in any way, but that does come standard on it, and this one's got a heavy duty tow hitch, which is a must for me because I do want to use this for towing. So what's nice about this is it's just like the Navigator, just minus the electrical capabilities, but you do have both options where you can pop just the window. We'll put that down, or you can turn it the other way and you're going to pull up the entire rear here. So once we open that up, we've got tons of room, guys. So you've got seating for 8 and plenty of space even back here to store luggage. Obviously, this one comes with a roof rack, or you could put one on, but you could even haul stuff up there, hook up a trailer, or even just a basket back here, which we have, and you can haul a lot more. So let me go ahead and fold this back down. So with the rear seat, you've got 2 options. You can obviously remove it completely, which I'm most likely going to be doing because I need the extra space for all the dogs. But there's another option. You can pull on this handle. Now the instructions are going to be right here. You pull on this handle and you're going to lift up this back area. You're going to lift it up like so. Rest it there. And then there's a handle here to pull down. And in here, there is a locking piece. That's what it's going to look like. So you've got now a ton more room. Honestly, my dogs could probably fit in here, but I want to be able to take that completely out so they have extra space. But if I was just going to run to the park with 2 of the dogs, let's say, that would make it very easy if I wanted to keep these seats in here, but I do have storage, so we're going to take that out and store it completely. So that's really the breakdown. I mean, like I said, basic car. This one's a pretty stock. It's got the side steps, which I really like, that light up when you open the door. It does have a couple bangs here and there, and some mix match tires. So for $1,300, and this light here, they actually gave me the replacement for that, and you'll see a little bang here. We'll be able to pull that out though. Other than that, just normal wear and tear, in my opinion, on the outside, and we can do a lot to this car. We are planning on changing out these front window tints just because they're old and they're starting to peel, and we'll do a full detail. Plans for this car as far as add-on features, most likely what I want to do is something I've done in the past, which is the truck bed liner, maybe along the lower part there to give it that more rugged look. Possibly a small lift with some heavier duty tires. I'm going to put on the screen now what I kind of vision for this truck family hauler. And of course, if you guys have seen in the past, I want to put that glass pack muffler on here because it's got the 5.4 liter, which is a very nice engine, by the way. It does have its flaws like all engines, but it does have a lot of power, great for hauling, and it does last a very long time. So let me go ahead and actually pop the hood here, and then we'll check out the engine and take it for a ride. So as you guys can see, it starts right up. So let's go ahead and I pop the hood. Let's take a look at the motor. Now this is one of the main reasons why I picked up this particular vehicle, is the motor sounded very, very good. You can see they even have the battery in a box, so somebody did care for this car. All the fluids looked very, very clean. The oil didn't have any contaminants in it. It smelled clean, looked clean. Transmission fluid looked like it had been changed out. So somebody put a K&N filter on here, which means they did care about this car. Now, we're gonna clean this whole thing down. We're gonna do an engine transformation because I enjoy doing those types of things, but we've got a nice starting point. This engine hasn't been beat up. The plastic pieces are all there, and that makes me very happy. Brakes work great on this car. So these are the things I look for when buying an older, used, inexpensive car that you don't know the history of. So let's go ahead and jump in and take it for a ride so you guys can see how smooth this car rides for a 200,000+ mile car. So as you guys can see, the AC works very, very nicely, blows really, really cold, and being in a southern state, specifically Florida, that is a must, specifically when buying an inexpensive vehicle. Make sure that runs and is not leaking, because a lot of people will tell you it just needs Freon. Don't ever believe that. So we can see here, this is the column shifter, shifts into gears real nice. So these are things that I do before making a purchase of vehicle. I go through the gears and I make sure the car's not jumping around, not jumping forward, which could mean that it's idling bad or transmission's bad. So let's go ahead and pull it out. So nice and smooth acceleration, something I always test. I also will floor the car multiple times at higher and lower speeds. So you can see here, I'll give it a little gas. Nice smooth shifts. That's something you definitely want to look for when looking at a vehicle of this sort. So make sure there's no crazy vibrations once you get up to speed. Knowing that this car has multiple different tires, so it's got 2 of the same in the rear, which usually means somebody changed out the 2 front ones, and maybe one blew and they changed it, and another one blew and they changed it, and they didn't get matching front tires, but they are correct height all the way around, so they're all the same spec all the way around. So that's always a thing you want to look for. So really, that's going to conclude my video, guys. I'm very excited about getting this car, and like I said, make sure you check fluids, brakes, accelerate the car quite a bit. Take it on a highway if you can. That's a big plus, because some cars will drive great under 50 miles an hour and have some crazy shakes or something majorly wrong with suspension, maybe a heavy pull, and you don't want to find that out after you've made your purchase. So I hope this helps you guys out. I am not a professional on purchasing cars, but I've purchased quite a lot and enjoy content on people purchasing older vehicles because it's more realistic to me, and I hope this helped you guys out if you're in the market for a vehicle under 2,000, let's say, with high mileage and something that you need to at least last you a little while for the family and be a little reliable. I really like these Ford Expeditions. You'll see a ton of them out there with 300,000 miles. They don't seem to be as prone to rust, at least in my experience, as some of the other vehicles. And as you guys know, I tried going the luxury route and buying an inexpensive Range Rover. Ended up being a nightmare for me due to the fact that the timing chain went and the cost to get that fixed outweighed the entire price of the vehicle. So I got rid of it, and I learned my lesson. So I suggest staying away from the luxury segment if you're in the market for something in this price range. So once again, guys, my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the small walk around of my new 2000 Ford Expedition. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'll catch you on the next video.